There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the name. Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino is the Name, and I have decided to do a few of these videos geared towards people requesting more information about accounting, getting an accounting degree, or becoming an accountant. And there was a comment left on a video, and I wanted to do this video kind of to address some of these concerns. So basically, this video is going to be about how much do accountants make working for the federal government, all right? And the reason why we're going to do this is because the federal government is kind of the largest employer. It is not the largest employer of accountants. That's probably going to be the Big Four or some sort of regional firms or something like that. But it will give you a good idea for kind of the gauge on whatever industry you're in. If you're a nurse, you can see the federal government. What is the federal government paying most nurses? What is the federal government paying most electricians? Because they have pretty much every position you could ask for, and they're usually actually behind the market. The market usually is higher, like the general workforce is typically higher than where the federal government may value a certain position, because they have to hire so many, and they're not necessarily like if you work for a Big Four accounting firm and you make senior partner after so many years, you're going to probably make double to 3 or more times what the highest paid accountant would make in the federal government. But they still have, I guess, you know, some sort of a way to say, okay, this is at least fair for us to pay you. So we're going to use the federal government, what the federal government reports that they pay employees, instead of, say, Glassdoor or one of those kind of websites where you go on and you see, hey, what's the average accountant salary? And they'll say whatever number that they say, but it's based off of who's reporting. Like an individual has to go on there and report, this is how much I'm being paid. But that doesn't give a good gauge on the full economy or the full career or opportunities that exist, because it's requiring somebody volunteer to go on and report their actual numbers, when many people who may be in that space may not be reporting at all. So we're going to use the largest employer in the world, which is the federal government. Well, at least in the United States, the federal government. And we're going to use their numbers to kind of set a base, right? Because the federal government is not the greatest paying section for accountants, but it's also not the worst. Well, it's supposedly the worst. Supposedly it's the worst, okay? But it's still not bad, okay? So what do you guys think that the average accountant salary is? What do you think the highest paid accountant salary is, knowing that the Big Four accounting firms are paying, you know, at a certain amount of years, 3, 4, 5 times that amount, okay? So what do you think the highest paid accountant or auditor? See, and I say or auditor because an auditor still needs to be an accountant. You still need to be an accountant to be an auditor. And it's the same, you know, being an accountant has multiple different hats that you could wear, or titles. And so accountant, auditor, you could be a budget analyst, you could be an economist, you could be all these different sorts of things. But, you know, just saying, let's look at accountant salary, and we can use that, what the federal government pays, as a gauge to see kind of what is, I guess, typical for an accountant salary. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because somebody came on and they left a comment on one of my previous videos. I don't even know when I shot that video, but they left a comment, and on the comment, Let's see where it is. Is it on this? Maybe it's on this one. Let me see. There's so many phones over here. Okay, here it is. All right, so it says $230,000 a year. This is the title of the video. The title of the video is $230,000 a year as an accountant. Should you go to college? And then I can't really see what the rest of the title is. Oh yeah. So should you go to college? Okay. Now, I can tell you right now, $230,000 a year is not the average accountant salary for the federal government. This is probably maybe at the time when I did this video, maybe it was like a number that I saw or saw an advertisement for or something like that. I'm not even sure what I talked about in this video, but let's go look at what the federal government says that the highest or the average accountant salary is, one, and then what is the highest paid accountant salary in the federal government. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you exactly where to go. Go to Google, all right? Type in on Google. You're just going to search accountant federal employee salary, okay? Now, you're not going to click on salary.com because that's similar to Glassdoor. It is not what is reported by the government to whatever public agency. The government actually reports their different statistics, what they're paying their employees. You'll see their averages. They actually report that. And we can go to federal pay. There's going to be a link that says federalpay.org. Click on that one. And it'll break down what the average pay is. And you could do this for almost anything. So we can look up, I'm actually going to do another video where I compare an accounting degree to a law degree or being an accountant to being a lawyer. So we're going to go in and we're going to do some comparisons. But you can do this with everything. If you're a physical therapist, you want to see what the average is paying, you can just go on, type in physical therapist, federal employee salary, and go to federalpay.org, and you can see what the average salary is. So now, if you follow me along and you go on to federalpay.org and you click on accountant federal employee salary, you'll see that it says right at the top, pay rates for accountant. Average, and this is based off of right now, it's currently based off of 2022. It says the average salary is $126,074 with 82 cents. So $126,000 is the average accountant salary as of 2022. And we know that there's been a salary raise since 2022, just hasn't been reported yet. And then in 2024, we're getting ready to hit 2024, there's going to be another salary increase as well because of COLA, cost of living adjustment, things must go up. And $126,000 is what the average accountant salary is, at least for 2022. Now, let's go a step further because that's the average accountant salary, okay? So let's see. Now it says on this same website, it says in 2022, the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, hired the most employees titled accounting with an average salary of $220,573. So the SEC average salary is $220,000. So they're a semi-quasi-government. They get extra monies working for the SEC than a typical accountant. But let's say $126,000 is average. Now, SEC average is $220,000. Now let's see what the highest paid accountant made. So right here, I'm gonna see if I can make this big. Maybe yeah, I can just scroll across. So this says, all right, can you guys see it? Okay, this says highest paid accountant made $281,400 in 2022. So $281,000 is the highest paid accountant salary. me saying $230,000 for an accountant per year for an accountant was probably a job announcement that I saw that had that amount. It was not the highest paid. I tried to not over exaggerate and make something sound better than it is. I try to use real numbers. I wasn't just going straight to the highest paid accountant, because the highest paid accountant salary it's not necessarily typical that you're going to get to that point. You know what I mean? But I will say you can easily do $120,000 with no degree. I mean, I'm sorry, not with no degree, with a degree, with an accounting degree, but with no certification, because there's typically no real use for a CPA. Now, the person making the $281,000, they probably require he has some kind of certification, a CPA, or CGFM, or CDMA, something, because he may have to do a certain kind of function that may require him to have a certification. But I can tell you easily, you can get GS13, GS14, GS15 without a certification. There's people who did it, right? It's not difficult. And in Atlanta, GS13 starts at $104,000. I think the range is $104,000 to $135,000 in Atlanta is once you make it to GS13. So you can definitely make $100,000 with no certification whatsoever. And there are people who say it is not possible, when I'm telling you it is extremely possible that you can make $100,000+ with no CPA, with no CMA, so there's multiple types of certifications. CMA, Certified Management Accountant, CGFM, Certified Government Financial Manager, DMA, Certified Department of Defense Management Accountant. There's just so many, or CDFM, Certified Defense Financial Manager, something like that. Anyway, there's so many different certifications. CFE, Certified Fraud Examiner. There's just so many. CIA, Certified Internal Auditor. There's just so many, right? But it's not necessarily required for the federal government unless you sit in a certain position, and your certain position, maybe in some kind of leadership position, requires that you have a certain certification. It's great that if you get them, it's great. It's great to get them. But CPA, Certified Public Accountant, is more for private sector. But you can still get it and be in the government, but it may not help you as much unless you're going into a role where maybe you're over a department or something like that. To be a typical accountant, it's mostly not necessary. Now, the SEC may, because they're averaging at $220,000 per year, they may need certain certifications because of the nature of their job. But other than that, I just wanted to come on here and show you the truth, okay? And this will tell you, this is all on this website, but it'll tell you, let's see, can you guys see this? It'll tell you, it'll tell you like the VA, Veterans Health Administration. It'll tell you they pay on average $81,596. This is the average salary. That's a terrible place to work if you're an accountant. This salary is not good, right? No, it's not good. I would not want to be there when I know that there's agencies that, where is it? So, see, this is the average salary, $220,000 at the SEC. Then they have FBI average salary for accountant is $122,000. But yes, you get the chance to see these. $121,000 is the average salary at Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. But you get a chance to just kind of get an idea of like what agencies pay what for your skill set. Like if it's physical therapists, you can actually see, and this is just a snapshot. So yeah, but this is a great way to see what the real is. This is not my opinion. This is facts, okay? Anyway, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about this. And accounting is officially a STEM degree. I believe that's science, technology, engineering, and math. So it is officially one of those STEM degrees where it's always been, but it wasn't officially recognized as such. But it is now, which means that it's a lot better than just say a fly-by-night degree, like a business degree. Like you can get a degree in just general business administration, and you may be able to work in management, or you got a general business management degree. You can work in management or you can work in business, but you can't sit in the role of an accountant with that position. But as an accountant, you can sit in any other role, any other business role, and still sit in an accountant position that are highly sought after and specialized and things like that. And I'll do a whole nother video talking about the advantages of getting an accounting degree in another video. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we out. I was always focused on the money. I started with nothing. I was born to be an entrepreneur. I'm a real estate investor. Had my own trucking authority. Multiple college degrees. Ex-military. I'm an author. Motivational speaker. Not to mention I'm an accountant. But with all the things that I've done, it was government contracts that truly made me rich. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.